Hey, sweetie.
No.
How you doing?
No.
I'm just a little lady, and I don't know how to talk to a man.
Why are you looking at me like that? Are you trying to...
I don't know how to talk to a man. But I like you. I think you might be someone I'd enjoy a conversation with.
Enjoy a conversation with?
I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
I know that you're trying to...
Should I rouge my knees and put my stockings down?
I know you're trying to, like, pick me up, but you just sound
I don't know.
You just sound like that creepy old man from Family Guy.
Well, that's a turn off.
Get your sexy little ass over here.
What's going on, all you fantastic felines? My name is Mason.
And my name is Grayson.
And welcome to The Modern Dude.
A podcast by dudes, for dudes, helping dudes become better dudes.
Dude!
Okay. In our society, it is supposed to be the man's responsibility, or more so, to court the woman, hit on the woman, pick up the woman, ask the woman on the date. But in case women are feeling a little frisky out there, we're trying to break that norm and talk about how you, or what we think could work, I guess just for us, what it takes to pick up a guy and take him on a date. Are we into this? Is this a lame topic?
It is a lame topic, but it's funny. And really all you need is a little cleavage and the willingness to say hello. That's it. That's all we have time for.
Have a good one. Yeah, appreciate it.
And transition. Hope you enjoyed what you're listening to today.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
No, but it is kind of silly to think about, like, girls could really just do anything. They could really just do anything to pick up a guy because we're just a bunch of horny slobber monsters that are, like, if anyone looks our way, we will just be overjoyed that we've been given the time of day.
Maybe won't you look my way?
I did just rhyme that. I didn't even mean to.
Thanks for giving me the time of day.
Starting to think I was.
Shout out Fetty Wap. Okay, so here's the thing. I think what the real meat and potatoes of this is guys are, normally expected to reach out or go up to the girl, hit on the girl, try to whatever. And it's so tricky already. And we've kind of talked about this before.
We have talked about it, but it's just a dick.
Yeah. We've talked about the fact that, like, we should be able to flip it on its head. Girls should be able to, with this whole thing about it being like, guys are so terrible and have been terrible and have, like, been really creepy and been really weird, and, like, of course that exists, and that is, like, such a shitty thing, and girls have been burned so many times that a guy even approaching them at a bar is like, please just leave me alone. You're probably going to be weird. And 8 times out of 10, you're probably right. They are probably going to be weird. But that's even more to the point of, like, if you're going out and you kind of see a guy that you think is cute and you're liking his energy, maybe you should go over. Maybe you should talk to him.
We're living in a fantasy world in this episode where we talk about, in a perfect world, what we would like for a woman to do if they were to ask us out.
Yes.
This is essentially what we're saying.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a fantasy situation.
And with the hope that there's some future realities to it. So this one is, this is welcome to the Modern Dudette.
Oh. Edition.
Cool. And we're talking to ladies today.
Yeah.
It really doesn't take much, but I think the biggest thing really would be just like,
I think you're selling us. I think you're selling us short a little bit. I think guys have,
I think most guys would just be like, oh, just taken aback that
Sure.
someone is even a lady's even trying.
Having it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we will dive into like, okay, once we get over the initial shock of a woman hitting on us,
Just like, oh God.
Oh.
Wow. Am I being punked?
yeah, where are the cameras?
Ashton, where you at?
Yeah. Once we get past that bit of shock, what would we, in our perfect mind, in a perfect scenario, what does it look like for us to be on the receiving end of it, and what would we like to? How would we like to be wined and dined and courted?
For Skirskis.
It's just a wacko reality.
Not the wacko reality.
Yeah.
Wacko's modern life. So I guess because I tried to do this when I would go to like maybe hit on a girl or ask a girl out or try to have an organic conversation. I feel like that's really important. I think it's really important to try to have an organic conversation come up, because I think that automatically creates a level of comfort.
Yeah.
For
normality.
A normality and like comfort for the girl, seeing as she's been in a lot of like awkward situations where she's felt weird because a guy comes in too hot.
Neanderthals have come in.
And I think that can go the other way.
Yeah.
I think that is absolutely in a scenario where a woman is doing the same thing to a guy. I think it's important to approach it in that way as well, because you are the energy that, like, you set the tone for the energy that you want to be giving off to this person to like let them know that you're interested, but also like, I understand what I'm doing right now and I understand what this is. And I know that it like can be weird.
Yeah.
So I'm going to set that tone and that energy to like not come on too strong, but also let it be known and be forward enough that I'm, because what else do I have to go off but the way that you look?
Yeah.
I like the way you look. I like the way you look.
Unless you're like creepily listening to their conversation for like 5 to 30 minutes.
That's 5 to 30. 30 is a long time to just then be like, this is my moment, blah, 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 and like inject into the conversation.
I mean, you could be like sitting next to a person at the bar and then you hear what they're talking about. But yes.
That's actually okay. Depending on, like, if somebody says something and you're like kind of next to the girls or something and they say something and you like chuckle and they like notice, you can be like, sorry, whatever.
Just eavesdropping.
Yeah, just eavesdropping.
But yeah, I actually saw.
I don't think that's that creepy.
Back to the what we're getting at. I saw a girl do something that was really cool. Probably 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
At the bar that I work at, it's a board game bar. We have like 300 different types of board games.
Oh, really? Where do you work?
Anyways, it's called Ease Bar. 511 Amsterdam.
Stop.
Between 84th and 85th.
This isn't what I wanted you to do.
Anyways, they grabbed a game and they went up to these guys and they were like, "You guys want to play a game?" And it was
Do you want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game? And then they pulled out a giant jigsaw.
Jigsaw. Wow, that's Saw. This is getting weird.
Head fucking trap. And if they didn't figure out the game, if they didn't win the game, then their head got like ripped in half.
Wow.
But if they got the game, they
got to go on a date.
They got to get laid. Yeah.
They got to get laid?
Just straight to it. Yeah. I mean, it's high stakes. You're either dead or you get laid. You don't just go on a date.
So this situation didn't happen. But
no, but they did just go up and be like, "Hey guys, you want to play Connect Four with us?"
Yeah.
There's 2 girls and I think there's like 3 guys and they like
fifth wheel.
Yeah, one of them did make the cut.
He was like, "I'm just gonna go to the bar."
They ended up staying and playing games and like talking with these girls till the end of the night. They were hung out for multiple hours.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm sure numbers were exchanged. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, they seemed like they're having a great time. And
well, that's nice because that bar lends it to itself to be like, there's something like that. And it's nice that they saw that it was like a game bar and they were like, here's a way that we can use this to our advantage to like start an organic thing or like try.
And that's how, I mean, it was nice to see chicks do that. Because I don't think I've ever seen, I have seen girls like go up and be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Right.
And it is funny. A girl actually did that to me, like probably a month or two ago.
Yeah.
And she was like, I will say, going back to what we were talking about, it's like, it was almost too abrasive.
Right.
She looked so thirsty when she was, and the thing is, she was beautiful.
Sure.
She was super pretty. She was super vivacious, but it was almost a little too needy.
But that's what I mean is like, but guys, that works both ways. Like that's the point that we're making is like, even though we're doing this episode about like, what about a girl? And we're like, well, you shouldn't be too this. It's like, we're not trying to make that sound like we're like, you know, being too like misogynistic about it. But it's like, that goes the other way.
It does.
If a guy comes
if
up.
If a guy does that to you,
you hate that.
Yeah, girls hate that. And I thought it literally triggered in my brain. I was like, that's an interesting thing because like this girl is visually, aesthetically beautiful.
Right.
But she just seemed so like
thirsty.
Yeah. It was almost off-putting.
It's the same with a guy who comes in too hot. He's too confident. He's coming up to you, even if he's fucking gorgeous and he's your type.
Yeah.
Maybe he comes up and he's like,
he seems too cocky. And
you're just gonna be like,
sorry,
not off the jump. Like, sorry. You know, it just works both ways. And coming into
tact.
And I get that sometimes with the adrenaline of like going to ask somebody, you know,
yes, you got some food there. With the drinks and the forks and the napkins.
What are you eating?
What is that? It's a hamburger.
It's a hamburger. You see it.
You can see it with your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, now, well, bye.
Gotta go. I tried, you know. It's when you go in too hot like that. I get that it's a hard thing to do, and especially for both ways.
Well, that's the fuck shit about all this is that like. Girls are like, oh, I don't want to do that. That sounds like really hard and terrible. It's like, no fucking shit.
It is.
That's the fuck shit.
It is. And that's what sucks. And I get that, like,
but I think girls would have
a
better chance at it than guys because it plays it into your hand because most girls don't do that.
Well, it automatically
society doesn't deem it necessary.
Like a guy going up and doing his best job of setting the tone to be not creepy and not cool is. Still, even if he's a fucking master at it, there's still a chance that it will feel that way, and it's exponentially less. Like, that's eradicated if the woman comes up first. Because if the woman comes up and is like, I'd like to, you know, hey, what's going on? And like starts talking to you, it's just, it's not as whatever. You can still, as a guy, be like, hey, listen, I'm just kind of trying to have a night. I'm just whatever. It's nice talking to you, but you know, I'm not really here to like kind of flirt or whatever. I just want to have a drink and I just kind of want to like do my thing or I just want to hang out with my guys. It like that should be fine the other way around. But like it's a woman coming up, it just automatically isn't as creepy or weird because you know in society it's the guys that have always been way creepy. And not that there haven't been some creepy ladies out there.
God.
You know, but
I've had some creepy chicks hit on me behind the bar.
Well, and it's different for us too because like we're bartenders, so like we've just seen like
we've seen it from other people's. We've seen people do it to us.
Yeah, we've seen everything.
It is. I will say, we do have some knowledge of this because it's the only profession. Well, probably the only profession where girls have to come to a guy if it is a male bartender.
Yeah.
For something.
Right.
You know, they're asking, and then there's some level of, lack of a better word, paradigm shift there. Or I was going to say power, but I think paradigm shift is good because they are asking for a service from you and you hold that power of like being able to serve them.
Right.
So like they're coming to you, whereas like every other thing when a girl is hitting on or a guy's hitting on a girl, we are expected to go to them.
Right.
But girls come to the bartender for a need.
Right.
And we give them alcohol of all things, which, you know,
right.
you know, also liquid courage, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So it is funny how that works in the favor of male bartenders.
Yeah.
You can be the funniest, goofy looking dude and you're already set up for success there.
Doesn't matter, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Grayson's gotten laid.
Has he? There's a sense of security too with the bartender, like because we are the bartender there. A woman in a bar feels weird.
You also have their best interest because it's your
Right.
job too.
Right.
To, like if someone's being a creep star,
She's gonna go to you.
she's gonna be like, "Hey, can you help me out?"
Oh man, the look. I've gotten
look.
the look so many times, and I've had to come over
and be like, "Hey, what's going on here? Are we okay?"
or like be a distraction for her
Yeah.
for a second, so that
And
the
then
guy will like fuck off, and then she's like,
or she
"Thanks."
dips off to the bathroom, or
Right,
yeah, whatever.
right, and she's like, "Thanks," and then I just kind of keep an eye on the situation. You know?
But I think in a perfect world for guys, a girl coming over and initiating conversation casually, just like we've tried so many times,
Yeah.
is refreshing. And I don't think you have to do much, but just be authentic in yourself,
Just meet us in the middle a little bit. I think that's all that it really is. Like, meet us in the middle a little
Yeah.
bit, Like,
But I also think that, like, I know there are girls that are outgoing, and I've seen those girls have tremendous success hitting and picking up guys.
for sure, yeah.
Just a little bit of confidence and a willingness to have the conversation, man.
And it also is like dependent on what you're looking for too, because this is another interesting thing before we wrap it up that I want to talk about. If you as a girl are out and you want to, you're just looking to hook up. Mm-hmm. You get to want that. You get to feel that.
Of course.
And that's
One
your
night
goal,
stands, baby.
Yeah. Like that's that. Like if that's
I
the
feel
goal,
like
that's the goal.
I feel like sometimes we come across as like that's a negative or a bad thing, and that's not it.
It's not at all.
Fuck no.
But it's also not for guys either. A guy wanting to go out and being like, you know what, I'm just gonna whatever. But like the difference with guys is that when they go out and they're like, that's the goal, they're way douchier about it, and they can be way more like, it's like, I'm not like good enough, or like there's like such this like confidence need and boost that like if I leave the bar and I'm not getting it, then I'm like less of a man.
Yeah.
Which is like, but I feel like again on the flip, if a woman goes out and she feels that way, she goes to the bar and she's like, I'm gonna whatever, and if she leaves and it doesn't work out, it's like, well, I guess I'm ugly and I'm never gonna whatever. It's like it's tricky, and I feel like we just have to like stop. That just has to like dissipate fully. Like it's just not gonna happen. It's better for you to go out, feel the night out, see if it happens.
If you're looking for it, that's okay. And I feel like we've said that I don't know if we've said that's not okay before, but we've definitely been like, it shouldn't be like if you don't get it, then it was a fail of a night. I think is what we've said
Exactly,
before.
yeah.
That shouldn't be the mentality. But it's like that's how people have one night stands. That's how relationships start. You go out looking for someone to feel warm in your bed with. And that's
warm and fuzzy, and that's okay. I just think that's another thing that like I feel like is tricky, because with guys, I feel like a lot of women are like, oh well, he just wants to fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like with girls when they come up.
But there's plenty of girls that do that too.
I know it's the same way, like a girl comes up and she, again, like I said, you lead with the energy that you. Like you give out, yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna give out what you want. So if that's what you want and you're going out, I just think girls have an easier time of being able to do that, because a guy's gonna be like, oh, okay. I mean, on a personal note, if a girl came up and was giving that energy, I've done it before, but I'm not a big like one night stand person. Like I've only done it maybe like once or twice. Like I'm not really like that. I don't do that. I would be like, oh, I like you, and I can see that you at least find me attractive or whatever. Let's go on a date. Like I'll get your number or whatever. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that like that she's like not feeling validated or something like that because I didn't want to do the thing that she wanted to. It just the nasty. It's just, I don't know. I think the whole thing, that specific part is like easier for. Because I feel like a woman feels unsafe if a guy comes up and he's like, hey, I want to fuck.
Yeah, if a guy
is kind of giving that off.
Could be predatory, or, in this world we live in, you never know. It's too many murder podcasts have been listened to by too many women.
But then the other way around, if a woman comes up and she's like very forward and she's like, I want to, and it's like, sorry, I'm not really looking for that.
Yeah.
The guy's like an asshole.
Yeah.
It can be like that. I'm not saying it's always like that, but it's like that's a trickier thing. So I think my point is, I still think even in that scenario,
Oh, yeah.
still let it be organic. Even if you want to go out and you're like, I'm not even really looking to like
But that's what I was saying with the girl.
talk or chat. I kind of just want to like hook up, like lead with that energy, but you can still let it organically.
Yeah, you still have to bond and like,
build. Yeah, exactly. Like
that's what I was saying. That one girl who was like super attractive, but still was like almost off-putting.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Guess that's it.
Yeah. Also, just a little cleavage.
Please don't follow that. That's not it.
Just kidding.
No, that's not good advice.
Transition.
Hope you enjoyed what you've listened to today. This one was a little bit more. There could be some disagreements and controversy.
Yeah, I want feedback from the ladies because we've done this before, or like kind of talked about this before. I want to hear what has worked for you, women, for sure, for guys.
If you agree with some of our takes, if you don't, would love to discuss, because I think this is a very kind of like open-ended thing. I think both sides have very fair arguments about what is cool, what isn't, what social norms make things easier and harder. So please leave a comment. Please discuss with us. Leave a comment in the section down below. Subscribe. Notifications on, baby. Get that follow going. You can follow us on all social media platforms at The Modern Dude. We're up in that TikTok. We're up in that Instagram. And we're also on Facebook for The Modern Dude Talks. It's more of a mental health forum, still like just a place to like share stories and talk. So please check us out on there as well. And don't forget, do your due diligence.
Do debt diligence.
Do debt diligence.